they penetrate in the main place.
Yes, but not even really the right part of the market. It's a new one.
Countries that previously Kenya material is not available.
You have a marketing
They are able to just have the written part.
Yes, probably if that's the case, the best thing would be to lease. Because if machines are changing every year, government cannot control. Yes. Si wakizama ndio majani tunapata baada ya kupeleka ama
Yes, we have really benefited. We have so many stocks. Yeah. But when they went down, everybody now started looking for oil.
So
They
na
found
vile
it.
Kenya.
So we are now so much market, the demand like now we have a
Simon. Charo, are we expecting any other person? That's all? That's it.
So, this is the early quarters for child training, a certificate of HED, 100% responsible for farmers. But before we make just remarks, I will request the management to just give an overview presentation so that we can appreciate the senior managers with me for the child training. With the member, with the one who keeps them around. Bambara is who is the Ghana is 7, Ghana is the lady.
If we were all to rely on buying food and assuming nobody went to the farm to produce that food, we wouldn't ensure the coins or the notes that we all have. So let's all work together and address the issue of food security in the country, because it's our business to ensure that we have food to eat. It is earned, and that's why you see I've also made the announcement that we are going to import maize we are going to import rice. So we are not doing it because we want. But the projections are so bad that if we do not do it, our people will die for lack of food. Yeah? So the mitigation measures that we have in the short term, as we plan ourselves to grow more food in another 6 months or so, is to bring you maize to get the Unga. And I want to commit, by the end of March, by the end of February, the cost of Unga will have come down. The cost of rice will have come down. Asante. On the drought situation in the country, I think you are aware that government has put in various mitigation measures to address the issues of drought situation. And one of them is that you remember, for the actions that we did not do 10 years ago are what are the effects we are feeling today for what we did not do many years ago. And I'm happy and proud to be associated in a government led by William Ruto, because he has taken a decisive position that the effects of climate change must be addressed now. Do you remember on 21st of December, there is cabinet or government presided over the planting or the launch of the planting of 15 billion trees to mitigate or to address the issues of climate change. So it is about climate change that has caused the drought situation in the country. And the food relief is not sustainable. So we will continue giving people relief, right, or giving them a humanitarian support, because it is necessary for us as government to do it, because we will not let our people die for starvation or for lack of food. But the problem of food security in this country is a problem that we must so work together to address. So the issue of the drought situation is a long-term decision that we've decided to take to address it, and we are committed and we will deal with it. To deal with the drought situation, we already launched, I personally launched the offtake program for our livestock. And I'm happy also to note and report that there are some areas right now are reporting good feedback, because at least there has been some good rain in some parts of the country, and the livestock is not really dying, or there is something to eat. But what are we doing for long term? We are now getting into an area where by now I am trying to come up with a program that will change the mindset of the pastoralists, for them to understand and to know why it is necessary to have different methods of trying to deal with the livestock, including feed lotting, because that wandering of animals from one area to another, animals get emaciated, you can't feed them from a place. So it's a delicate area, because changing the mindset of a community all of a sudden is not that easy. But I know, I'm cognizant of the challenges that we are facing, but we have a system, we are developing methods on how to deal with those issues, and I'm sure in the course of time we will be able to address them. And also we are also getting support from other good people or development partners, because we must do it. We can't run away from the problem that we have. The issue of KTDA getting or borrowing money to pay farmers, at least that I would say that I have some bit of information, which I'm also trying to gather more. And you know when money was borrowed and by who coerced KTDA to borrow money, and where the money was borrowed from. So don't take us back again to those that under administration, which was which I would call was full of impunity. Because to me that was wrong. It was not right, and we are trying to correct the mess that they created. We are going to put under agriculture a very, very big area of land, beyond 1 million acres of land, and it's a decision that all public land owned by NYS, ANDC, prisons, that land should not lie idle. We need to produce more food for our people, and we are in the process of identifying how to do it, and we actually want to do it to fully mechanize that process, and discussions are going on we are ending on well. And next week, our meeting with those people that end those institutions. So give us some time. But the process is ongoing. We must do it because we need to grow more food for our people. And that we're asking investors to come in and invest in value addition because they themselves said that the demand that they have for processed or value-added tea is so high that they are not able to meet. And the only way that we can be able to meet that demand is for us to invite private investors to come and put in money to do it. And that's why we'll be looking at how best we can be able to do it. That's why I talked about accelerated value addition on our tea. And accelerated value addition on our tea means that because we must do it now and because we must get the best return of our tea for the farmers, then we must be able to see what we can immediately do. So because we are now, we've been able to know what it is that is required of us. I've asked you to give us time so that the necessary information is put on the table for discussion at a high-level meeting of government, and that is what I intend to do. Then thereafter, we won't be able to do it. But the only way to do it is value hand our products, not only tea, but any other, so that you can fetch better money. You've heard from them that our main buyers of of tea, that is Pakistan, are experiencing certain challenges. And there is need for us to start planning early. You never know what is likely to happen. That is why it is important that since these challenges have been brought to our attention early enough, as a government, we really to put cognizance of the challenges or the issues that they have raised. And from a policy level, I think this will have to discuss it, where the right decisions can be made, and see how probably the hundreds of the tariffs they are talking about, how to look and address the issue of the 16% duty on packaging materials can be addressed. Of course, without forgetting that the country, because we have committed also to paying taxes and raising revenue to finance our budget, how we'll be able to balance the two so that at least we attain an equilibrium. And that is one of the reasons why I'm saying this was really a fact-finding mission, and we're going back to Nairobi more informed than before on what our tea industry players are going through. And I want to commit that I will make the right presentation to the cabinet and the president, so that at least the government will be able to make a decision on this matter and see how best we can deal with it. Otherwise,